At the 4-hour mark, everybody that was participating subject-wise in this test reported that their perspective went back to normal. Even though they were still wearing...
fucked up.
That they were still wearing...
Oh, that's fucked
those glasses.
up.
Hi, guys.
Yours just broke up. I couldn't hear a single
Did it
thing.
really?
It looked like you were screaming, but I couldn't tell.
Yeah, hopefully you can hear me now, right?
Yeah, I
Okay,
can hear
cool.
you now.
Cool.
Hopefully it doesn't
Good.
drop you again. Otherwise, it's
No,
gonna be
I
another
think-
cluster.
I think that first time it just like has trouble syncing, and then it fucking, because I get the option to reconnect right away. So it's not like it
Yeah,
completely drops me out of the app. It just like disconnects and then reconnects me. So I don't know.
Weird. Yeah, I don't
it's
know.
just weird.
Anyways, welcome back, everybody. It's episode 6.
Hello.
What we learned this week, season 2. We out here.
Season 2, baby.
Before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit it, don't quit it. Hit it past to your friends. Don't hide your kids. Don't hide your wives, because we out here. We making great content. If you want to support the channel, don't forget, go to patreon.com/WWLTW podcast. If you're a broke bitch, you can't afford it, that's okay. We still love you. Just hit the subscribe button. We'll accept that fate. Or even just, if you've already subscribed, leave a comment. Just leave a comment on our videos. That's good enough for us, if you can't pay. This episode is brought to you by JD Creations, LLC. And as you can all see, Walker's not here again. But hashtag WSS. Every time. I love it.
It has to be every time.
Oh my God. I forgot to tell you before the episode started, but Amber had a really funny idea about what to do for the future.
Yeah.
Just in our backup plan. So
Backup
don't let me
plans?
forget to bring that up. Yeah, don't let me forget to bring that up after the episode's over, because I fucking died when she said, I was like, we're going to have to do that.
Yeah, most definitely.
So, anyways, welcome back. How you doing, Drake?
I'm doing good, man.
Life?
Doing good. Pretty stable rest of the week. Yeah, had a good cozy weekend. Didn't really do anything crazy. Just kind of stayed in, played with the pup. We just, as I was telling you before, we just started clicker trading. So I'm pretty excited about that. He's smart, probably too smart for his own good, and he's starting to pick up on it. Better commands, better responses and stuff. I'm just working on recall. That's like the biggest thing, because there's a lot of,
Yep.
I want to get him to the point where I'm able to, especially on the property that I'm on right now, be able to like trust him to just kind of like do his thing and stay around.
Do his thing. Yeah.
Yeah. If he puts his nose down because he's a puppy and gets too far away, I can just fucking recall and bang, like he's back with me and everything's cool. I don't got to worry about him going crazy and losing him to the streets. And come a little
street. He's a street dog.
Little back alley boy. But
it's crazy. Well, speaking of street dogs, I don't know why this came up. When we were in Jamaica for the wedding, dude, it was crazy how many like street dogs were just out. Not even just dogs was one thing, but then there was just like horses on the side of the road, just random
horses.
Horses, goats, horses, any farm animal you could think of, because just chilling on the side of the road. It was fucking hilarious.
That is fucking amazing.
And meanwhile, the driving on the roads is just mayhem.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of just lawless road navigation there, which is even funnier because now you got cattle on the side of the road mixed with people driving on the side of the road. It's just crazy.
That's fucking amazing. That is fucking
so
amazing.
Yes, Soul, you don't want that. You don't want that street dog life, okay?
He's too soft. He's too soft for the streets.
He's a soy boy.
Yeah, he's a little soy boy. But I'm gonna trick everybody that we see, because like he's color, like I don't know if you guys probably saw in a previous episode of the shots of him coming into frame, but he's got the colorations of like a Rottweiler. So it's like the black on brown. He's got those little fucking eyebrow marks.
Yeah.
But he's a full bred fucking Australian Shepherd, but he has that look, And I was thinking about it. My sister made a really funny comment to me, that I'm gonna have to go through at some point. I'm not an overt like dress my animals up kind of person, but
right.
I'm gonna have to get him a little black denim vest to match my fucking cut that I wear when I ride.
Oh my God. I love it. You got to get him little rider's goggles
That's
and
what
then
I'm
get a
saying.
sidecar.
Dude. That's what I'm saying. Or get
Dude.
like one of those fucking baby Bjorns and just have him on my back. Fucking ride on.
Dude, there's a guy around the farmers markets here because
Yeah.
we go to all the farmers markets. There's a guy that rolls around. He has like a little, I think it's kind of like a wiener dog mixed with something else because it's pretty small.
Yeah.
But it has a like an actual backpack
Oh, that's fucking
that he
sick.
wears, and this guy just chills in it, and he'll just pass out in this little backpack.
That's
He's just
so
knocked
fun.
out walking
That's
around
so
the market. It's so funny.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
No, that's super
Oh,
fun.
man.
But yeah, how was your week, man?
It was fine. It was good. You know, work is
Yeah.
ramped back up again, which has been super nice.
Fuck yeah.
Picked up a couple more clients here recently, so
Nice.
just getting all that situated. One of my new clients is a Mediterranean grill, so it has like
Oh, that's
authentic shawarma.
Nice.
Let me tell you, for one, nicest people ever.
Oh, I bet.
Like, not even the owner, just like the owner's nice too, but he's not there ever. He just owns
sure.
the place. But
Yeah.
the manager and the chef, nicest fucking people ever. And
Hell yeah.
they, now, mind you, a lot of the food, like, I need the food to shoot, so they, typically.
Oh,
it's just
yeah,
like a
you gotta-
write-off,
you
right?
gotta
So
get the
any client I
display
get
stuff.
when I go to shoot the food, yeah, they just write off the food or whatever, right? But he
Yeah.
tried sending me home. The chef tried sending me home with so much food, and he made extra. Not even just the food I was shooting. He made extra food, and he's like, "Here you go, try this."
That's
And I was
fucking
like,
awesome.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get so fat working here.
Hell
Like,
yeah. Hell
but
yeah.
it was so good. It was, and it's like the only like authentic Lebanese food around here. And dude, I was thoroughly impressed and very surprised at like hummus or baba ganoush, right?
Oh,
Like I've
fuck yeah.
had that before, but I guess it wasn't authentic, or maybe there's different ways
Well,
of
I'm
making
sure there's-
it. 'Cause
yeah.
the way this was made was drastically different.
fucking
it was
bet,
so
dude.
good.
No, that's
And
awesome.
then they have like this dessert thing. Not to keep talking about these guys,
No,
but it
dude,
was so
fuck
good.
yeah, let's
They have
talk
this
about
dessert
food, dude.
thing. I don't know if it's. I don't know what. I think it's coconut,
Mhm.
but it's like it almost looks like shredded wheat.
Okay.
Like wheat thins, like the shredded wheat, where it's like really thin little slices, right?
Yeah.
It looked like that mashed into like a really thin little disc, and then
Mhm.
it was caramelized. So I'm thinking it was like coconut or something that they put sugar on and caramelized and like browned it.
Yeah.
But on the inside is cheese. And it was the
Oh.
most amazing thing I've ever had, dude. It was
Hell
so
yeah.
good. I could not believe it. But yeah, just
Hell yeah, dude.
food that I would never have thought about, like that I've never tried before, and it was really good. I was surprised. So
Dude, that's
shout out to them.
hell yeah. That's one of those things that, like, specifically with food, there's something so fun about trying new cuisines or new dishes. Like I have this fucking distinct memories. Like one of the last times that we hung out, when we were living together. We went to the local sushi shop and we tried fucking, what was it? It was like it was sea urchin.
Yeah.
Fucking sea
Yes,
urchin, dude.
that's a sea urchin. Yes.
And it was like the gnarliest experience because I'm not really a big like anything
it was the texture.
Yeah, it was a little too phlegmy in texture for my taste. And I'm a big raw food guy. Like I love anything raw. Like that's my fucking
Just like my sex.
exactly. Dog it. but
I like
But,
my food like I like
exactly.
my sex raw.
but it just I remember like being super stoked about trying something new that I hadn't tried previously on the menu, and the experience was fun because we were laughing about it and having a good time. But like that texture specifically, like stuck. I can still like if I think about it, like the tongue does the thing where it's like, oh yeah, we remember that. Like we remember how fucking crazy that was.
Yep. But you know what? We tried it, and now we know. Like,
Yeah,
hey, sea urchin, not my thing.
But if experiencing new foods like that, like I remember the first time I tried what the fuck was it? It was a Vietnamese dish. It was kind of similar texturally, but the flavor palette was like super savory, like almost like a like an elote. Like it was a weird combination of
Okay.
like all these flavors that when you say them don't really like click in your brain, but when you fucking get a spoonful of it. But it was like a rice. It was almost like a rice curry, but it wasn't curry. It was weird. I'll have to look it up if I can tell you about it. But it was a
Interesting.
fantastic dish. And I remember
It's like that.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Nope. Go ahead.
No, it just like I don't know. It tasted really good. And it like lacked itself in my brain as like a dish that either one I'm gonna try and recreate. I'll probably botch the fuck out of it. But I'm getting more confident with my cooking. So like I'm trying more international dishes and like those kinds of palettes and everything, which has been pretty fun.
Heck yeah. It's that like Anthony Bourdain like mentality that we grew up, like we grew up watching him. And, it's like ingrained in you that like, hey, go trying different stuff when you're out and about. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, hell yeah.
Sometimes it's going to fucking suck.
Yeah.
But a lot of times you're going to find new stuff that you had no idea. Some of the stuff that I saw there, I had no idea even existed.
Yeah.
Let alone like not tried. So I was like, oh, wow, this is crazy. But that's what I like about living down here too, is there's a lot of different like authentic restaurants because there's so many. It's such a melting pot of like different cultures down here. So there's all different styles of restaurants with like authentic made meals, and it's kind of cool to just go out and be like, oh, let me try something different today. You know what I mean? And I may not like it, but hey, at least I'm trying it.
Yeah, you got the playroom to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's pretty nice.
It's always fun like learning or like experiencing new shit like that, because it's definitely one of those things that like it's especially location wise too. Like that's the one thing that I really miss from going out and visiting my my family that lives in Chicago. It's just the amount of food options, dude. Like there's just any fucking cuisine of any culture. Like you have the opportunity to go try it. You're gonna have to travel a little bit and deal with traffic, but like you have the opportunity to go out and try it, and that's like the biggest thing that I kind of miss, especially in the area here. Like we're getting more stuff over time. As things like kind of trickle north. But like it's not the same experience, man, where I can walk down the same street and get Vietnamese, get pho, get fucking know like a good curry or like sushi or like a quality burger, and then get pasta, like right down the fucking road. And it's just, I don't know. That's the one thing that I miss from like cultural hubs like that, or like experiencing cultural hubs like that, is just the amount of food.
I mean, it's like your area is getting that. Like I still get updates of like new stuff going in up there and everything. And but it's not, like you said, it's not like like different ethnic foods. It's more so like, here's a cool, like I know there's a new coffee shop opening up there, and I was like, oh, that's cool, like. So it's cool to see that the place is sort of expanding. Just
it's blossoming. It's
exactly. It's starting
organically,
and exactly. And it's kind of the same thing down here too. Is it's like it's still a growing city. Like they don't. A lot of the locals down here don't even feel like they live in a city yet, but it really is comparatively. Because they're so used to it being such a small town here, and so it's kind of funny to see like how big how small they think it is down here when really it's a pretty expansive city.
Yeah, no, it's got a lot going on.
So it's funny.
Oh yeah. But yeah, not to shift, and we got started talking about food, and my fat ass fucking went down.
Talk about food. Exactly. Same.
Yeah. So I actually, as far as like tipping things, like over the week, one of the things that I had heard recently was a study, and it kind of like caught my attention in a way that didn't make much sense, but I'm looking forward to doing more research about it, because like there's a couple of different people in the neuroscience field that are starting to like get it on the wind, right, and like have heard about the study that was happening. So the study was done by Andrew D. Huberman. He's got a PhD neuroscience professor at Stanford University, and the study that they had done was pretty interesting. It's pretty simplistic in concept, but the results is what caught my attention. Just how fucking crazy and how much we don't really understand our brains, right? Like how much we really don't get it, right? Because I'm like a just a topical thinking point. Like our brain knows we have organs. It controls our entire body, every component of our body, breathing, fucking swallowing, the whole works. Everything is like this automated process that we experience on a day-to-day basis with not having to like physically do it, right?
Think
like
about it.
Digesting food. Yeah. Like it's an autopilot system. Our brain knows that we have all of these organs, but it refuses to tell us exactly where they are. Like we've learned over time, right? So there's bits and pieces that like we know and we interact and like coexist with our brains, but there's so much that we don't fucking know. The simple fact that we have a subconscious in contrast to our conscious is a crazy concept to me, because it's like you'd think there'd be utterly like intangible connection between the two because it's us, right? It's this sentience, it's this understanding of existence and the sense of imagination, but there's a whole sub level of our brains that like we don't get to access anymore because our brain's just like, no, that's where we put trauma. Like
that's for me. That's for me.
This is for me. So it's almost like it's two entities in one fucking vessel, right? One guy's the analytical one, the other one's just like a manic freeloader. And so the study, super simplistic concept, right? So they basically took these lenses, right? They took these glasses and they handed them out to the handful of people that they were testing. And they were completely inverted, basically like flipping the image through the lenses. It basically flips the light that your eyes were receiving so that everything looked upside down, right? In these glasses. God. And they expose
I'm getting nauseous just thinking about that.
Right. So this is where it gets interesting. So obviously you have to reteach yourself because everything is just perceived upside down, right? In this test. Obviously you have to relearn your coordination, right? Of like how everything's orientated, how everything is presented in your existence, in your reality now. So you still have motor function, but you have to adjust your processing of how to do things, right? Up is down, down is up, right is like the whole bay. Everything is flipped on its head, right? It took, obviously there were a couple, they're watching it like crazy, but it took only 4 hours for the people that were participating in this test to not only figure out cognitively how to orientate themselves with motor function, right? Being able to put a square in a square hole, that kind of a thing, those simple tests. But universally, from what I understand, I'm going to do way more research in this because this part of it just blows my fucking mind. At the 4-hour mark, everybody that was participating subject-wise in this test reported that their perspective went back to normal, even though they were still wearing those glasses because their brains, on some cognitive level that they weren't actively participating in, was like, okay, we're getting this information. Like this is like things that we're receiving through light, our normal process on a day-to-day basis of like filling in our environment, right? Like filling in that space between your eyes, like it just naturally does it to create a bigger picture.
Okay, but so hold on. I could totally be wrong here, but for some reason, I don't know why I feel like I've read this somewhere.
Yeah,
that like our brain, like technically our brain flips like our brain through the lens of our eyes actually flips images the correct way or something like that. Like
we receive it's inverted light. So when we receive
right. Yeah. So and that's just the natural process. That's without the glasses. Yeah. Our brains just auto flip this.
Yeah, dude.
So it kind of makes sense that if it inverts, all of a sudden your brain goes, yo, what the fuck, dude? We've been working this whole time. Now this got shut off. We got to switch this shit up again.
Exactly. And that, like, the simple fact that the brain that already does that process, right, and already catches inverted light, we're inducing that same process again, right? So we're reversing the reversed concept of our brain translates imagery and then spits the pictures back out as we perceive the world around us. Took 4 hours for our brain to rewire itself and be like, no, this isn't right. Completely change the reality of the perception of the person that was wearing those glasses back to normal. They're still wearing the glasses that are inverted.
Here's the thing. As a person taking like in this study, right?
Yeah.
Like do they notice this? You know what I mean? Like, is it like a real quick, like it flips and they go, holy
Right,
fuck?
like they blink and then suddenly it's fucking back oriented the right way, or
or is it more so? I think it's more so on the fact of like, so have you ever seen those videos where like the something in the video changes, but it's very gradual and you don't notice it until like they do it as a trick, right?
Yeah.
So like his shirt will change colors throughout the video and you don't notice it, right? So is it something like that where our brain, like we are so focused on like, okay, I have to relearn it this way, like it's upside down, so I have to relearn it this way, and then all of a sudden they think like, oh, this is getting easier because I'm learning it the right way,
right?
But in all actuality, it's their brain going, "Hey, no, dumb shit, we flipped the image, so now you can know it's normal again."
And then
also, after they take the glasses off,
dude, like, is it just like you're literally just taking off a pair of glasses? Like, does your brain not have to fucking like switch the switch
like,
and then switch back? Like, is it just smooth transition? Because you've already
your brain just goes, hey bro, we already did that once. We're not fucking doing it again. Good luck with reverse eyes for the rest of your life.
Right, dude, it's fucking exactly. We're gonna take another 4, if not 8 hours, because you doubled down and you're fucking with us. We're gonna take longer to put you back in normal orientation. Then you take the glasses off, and now
too. So if it does go back, to normal, right?
Yeah.
Can you rewire your brain? And now, granted, this would be completely useless in this case, but could be useful further down the road. But could you train it yourself to a point where you do it so often that like your brain automatically knows when you go to put those glasses on, hey, I need to flip.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder,
and then take them off, and then when you take them off, your brain goes, okay, flip them off again. You know what I mean? Is there that
I wonder,
kind of muscle memory in the brain where it creates this new synapses in the brain where it's like, hey, if these go on, we automatically know we got to flip that image. And then does it become a faster process, or do you not even notice it? Like you go to put the glasses on and it's all
just smooth
already
transition. Like cognitively, like you're fucking putting these glasses on. Yeah, it's an amazing thing, man. It's an amazing thing. And like so again, steamrolling into like just weird kooky shit that I've heard over the last week, right? To keep that fucking ball rolling, not to take up all the fucking mic time.
No, I'm here for it. This is interesting.
But I'd heard something, right? So you had mentioned using, what was that program that you used for like the
OpenAI ChatGPT?
GPT, right? So I'd seen in transit, so obviously the algorithm, mics, all that stuff picks up, and we talked pretty extensively about that during that episode. So more and more on my For You page on TikTok, I've been getting things like that in my algorithm, which is totally fine. You've seen a glimpse into my fucking For You page. It's manic.
Oh, yeah, that's for a therapist to see.
It's crazy. It's so sporadic. It's
Alone
insane.
Nugget.
Yeah. So I was scrolling and I'd see something that said the GPT-4 or whatever. And I'm not entirely sure. I don't know a lot about that processing, but is that the most recent one that's come out?
Yeah, so ChatGPT-4 is it's basically a newer version. So they continuously update the software, and it's basically the newest version. And I can actually kind of tell you. So it tells you, so you can select which chat model you want. So there's 3.5, there's the old legacy 3.5, and then there's 4. But it tells you, so there's like different brackets for reasoning, speed, and consciousness, and it has like little bars. So for like ChatGPT-3, it has out of 5, its reasoning is at a 3, but its speed of response is at a 5, but its consciousness is at a 2. Whereas ChatGPT-4, the speed is very low because it's still so new and they're working out the kinks, but the reasoning is a 5 and the consciousness is a 4. So it's like its answers are way more in depth than the prior one. So anyways,
that was what I was gathering from this little clip of information, and the concept that hit me, that made me like scroll back and be like, what the fuck did he just say? Like, and watch the video in its entirety, which is one of the longer ones, with like the scrolling time bar at the bottom.
Right.
So apparently 4, right, with that reasoning and like cognitive decision making, if there is a topic that you give to it and you give it the freedom to like process and like learn as much and like to just get it done, you ask it to do something and it doesn't have the processing to do it, they found through tracking the process, there was some website that it had access to on that specific terminal that had been used by the user beforehand. It made an advert to a human in request to finish something that it couldn't do. And it sent it out to this person. It tried to hire someone. I think it was a specific coding, right? They was trying to code something. It couldn't do it. It tried, couldn't do it. So it made an advert having the knowledge of that website and the processes for the website. Use the website to hire a human to do the job for it. And I thought that was the craziest thing. And it's just like, okay, that's not a level of consciousness because it's given a task, right? It's giving, it's trying to use the tools that it has knowledge for and has access to prior to achieve the goal that you're giving it, right?
Okay, so technically you're right. However, it is, people have debated this. People have,
right? AI has been a huge fucking.
I don't necessarily trust. Like I've heard other podcasts of people talking about this, like kids our age, and I don't. So like I can't. You take their words with a grain of salt as much as you take my word with a grain of salt on this thing because I'm not an expert. They're not experts, right? Yeah. Most people said that this is not. It first off, the first error I heard is people were saying that it does not remember like prior conversations you've had with it.
Right.
That is a lie.
That is a lie.
I have tested that theory, and it definitely does. It uses previous chats engagement with me to answer new responses on the same topic.
Yeah.
So that is one thing. Two, I think that people are underestimating the amount. So technically, the models only go, like we said before, they only were taught up to 2021.
Yeah.
Like that was the amount of the internet knowledge they were given, right? But there's a workaround around that. And the only possible way that workaround could work is if this AI is technically teaching itself more things.
Right.
So what I've done is I've done this with 1 or 2 clients now where I've had it create an entire social media calendar for me.
Yeah.
Simply by giving it the website link to that company's website.
Yeah.
And then it goes through that website, dissects everything on it.
Yep.
Even though the website was created after 2021, goes on the website, reads everything. And I can give it social media links. I can give it YouTube links. I can give it links to the website. As much info as I can. I put it on there. And it curates a list that is very specific to that company. And not just by taking parts out of like blurbs and like copy and pasting. It's quite literally creating new content based off of the information it's learned from those websites.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's
crazy.
It feeds exactly into that. Like the guy who was using it beforehand had given it access to that specific page because he uses it. He was one of the people that like participates on that website to be hired to do things. It's like a Fiverr thing or like one of those like subcontractor websites, right? For like you are like coding and more electronic shit. No. And it just had prior exposure to that website, knowing its process and what the reasoning for that website is, and couldn't answer the question for this dude. So it was like, oh, I know how to get the answer. Sent out a physical, like made the forum-based request and sent it to people that qualified under the brackets in there for code.
We have it's funny that I'm about to say this because we've only had this level of AI intelligence for like a couple months now.
Yeah.
And people are still finding new prompts that you can put it. So prompts are the big thing. Prompts are what teaches the AI how to act in its response, right?
Yeah.
And the prompts that people are providing that I've seen are very powerful.
Right.
Like ease of life skyrockets with these prompts, right?
Right.
And people are already making lots of money off of AI alone. So it's crazy to see that we've had it for this short amount of time and this short amount of a learning experience, and we've already created this very powerful tool.
Dude.
So like within a year to see where it's going to go. And that's why I think Elon Musk and a couple others actually came out and said that like they want to put a pause on the development of AI because they think it's going too fast, that we're going to lose control of it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So, and I definitely see how that could become a thing because
man.
it is nuts. Like, okay, so for example, I can, this is one of the things I did just to test it out, to see the learning capabilities of it and to see the comprehension capabilities, right? So I said, you're my personal stylist. I'm a 29-year-old male business owner looking for a wardrobe that I can mix and match for business casual looks as well as casual looks for work. I'm a size 30 waist and wear a small, medium in shirts. Your budget is $500. Use the following sites to pick which clothes I should buy based on current trends. And I put the websites that I wanted it to use, so the basically the shops that I wanted it to go through.
Yeah.
And it created a comprehensive list. It broke it down by each website, said which items I should buy from that website, the price of those items, and then provided a link to that specific item for each website. And then at the bottom gave me my total cost, and then discussed very versatile wardrobe choices that I could do with the clothes it provided.
Dude. Yep.
It's fucking nuts.
It's
dude.
amazing. It's amazing, dude.
It's incredible how wild it is. And I am by no means a power user of this app.
Right.
I just like to test it out to see what the limits are.
To see what it's capable of doing. Just for like the phrase that you would use, like easing of life, right? So like just like things that streamline other processes that take up that extra bit of time for you, like that's fantastic. Absolutely fucking fantastic. Yeah. However, the thing that we talked about before, right, with like job interviews or fucking proposals and stuff like that, like using it for that ends. I did see another video where it was like a college professor used something for like an older gen version of that, the chat thing.
Yeah.
There's a way to tell, I guess, on like if they used it or not. And I guess
I could
90% of his class that did
of
like this
students.
where it was like a 10-page essay or whatever about this specific topic.
Yeah.
Like he's like 90% of you guys use the chat GPT. The next assignment, it was like he like said something astronomical, like it was like this completely unrealistic like assignment that he gave out to the rest of the class. He's like, I'm not even going to give any points for it. You just have to do it. It's like
fucking rough, dude.
No, so that's fucking amazing. Like, because I mean, is, you know, at least for like academic stuff. Like, I could understand that would be an issue when you're supposed to be in a space of learning. But
like you can't. Yeah, there's an extent that you should be able to take it to. You know?
Yeah.
Like, if it's for school purposes, probably not.
No, exactly.
Learn some stuff.
Yeah, but a base cold professional proposal. Yeah, dude, I'm absolutely like if I have to talk to anybody at work with like on a professional level, like I'm gonna be utilizing something to correct my shit because I spell like a fucking idiot. So it's
exactly,
like,
and that's what I use it a lot for too. Is like I use it to I'll write out something, right? Yeah. But I basically use it as a copywriting tool where I will put it into what I typed out. I'll put it into the program and say, hey, reword this.
Yeah.
In a way to make it either more appealing or more, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it just rewrites the prompt for me. So it's like I'm using it as a tool, not as like a mechanism for
not
lazy.
Like avoiding having to do it. Yeah.
Which I guess you could technically call it lazy because like instead of learning how to write that way, I'm having it write it for me. But
potato, tomato, you know, man.
Tomato, potato, you know.
Potato.
You know, that's exactly. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's a wild world we're living in right now.
Crazy shit, dude.
Between
amazing
AI
stuff
and then
terrible shit.
Yeah.
Like it's just I'd love to just pick one side of that fence to fucking sit on for a couple of months. Just a couple of months would be fucking great.
For which
well, just
fence?
like things being good, not just being manic as fuck. With a couple good things or interesting things in between. Like I would just love it to just be good.
Not to talk too much into it because it's already out there for everybody else to hear every day and day in and day out. But we are in a very interesting point as a species.
Oh, yeah.
Where, like, we could be on doom protocol here. Like, you know what I mean? So, and the only reason I say that is because, there's a book that I read ages ago, like a physics book by Michio Kaku, who's my all-time favorite physicist. The guy's a gem of a human, very smart. Yeah. But he basically wrote a book about the 5 types of civilization, right? And we've talked about it before on the show where it's the, literally advances in technology and advances in civilization and through the types of civ, right?
Yeah.
So I think we're like a civilization 0 or 1 on this scale or whatever. But basically, in order to reach the next pinnacle of civilization, like the next level of civilization, we basically have to decide like if we want to blow ourselves up or not.
Yeah.
Like we either advance to the next civilization type or we kill ourselves off completely.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's at that point where it's like, man, between the tech boom in the last 100 years, between like foreign relations with all different countries and everything, and like just a wild time that we are living in.
Oh, yeah.
That in my mind, with how young we are, it's crazy to think that we may live through part of that transition. Where we're like, hey, are we gonna make that next step?
Yeah, are we gonna?
Or are we just gonna fucking call it a day and say, hey, it was a fun run while we had it? You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't want to talk too much about geopolitics and all that, but like, it is a very interesting thing that is occurring right now. Like, there's a very clear shift happening in the world.
Oh, fuck yeah. And it's one of those things, and I will say with the utmost solidity in my mind, like, as far as like a generational thing, like, our generation, man, like, we've seen some fucking gnarly shit in 28 years, dude. Like, none of this was expected. None of it was fucking expected. I love the little 2-year vacation. That was great, being locked in my fucking house.
You better say 29 years. You're getting there, but
coming up, man.
You're like,
I got one more month.
But the 2 years,
dude, like the
easiness.
craziest shit, dude. Like the ups and downs, goods, bads, tragedy, the whole fucking shebang. Like, we have lived through so much shit already. Like, even on the concept of thinking about that, right, of like nuclear fallout, I think just because of how reality has been so far in our existence, like, the concept in my brain doesn't correlate to, holy fuck, that's terrifying. It's just like, all right.
This could happen.
Yeah, okay,
but I think,
cool.
Here's the weird part to me, though. Is like, I almost think that, like, I don't think it's coming to that.
No. I think
it could be the end all be all.
For sure.
But I just feel like it's gonna be an actual war.
Yeah.
Between, like, we're gonna enter another world war, but I don't believe that is gonna just automatically lead to nuclear
fallout. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but I do think that there's this very clear shift of power amongst the world powers. That, like, hey, the only way for this transition to happen is through non-peaceful means. Like,
well, in
order for world powers to change,
there's
one
another
world power
option.
has to go down.
There's another option. And I would never be the one to suggest genocide, but I will absolutely say, if you fall over a certain age bracket and you hold a power position or a position in power politically,
God,
glass them.
Just wipe it all out.
Get them out.
Just wipe.
I don't give a fuck. Across the world, dude. Everybody that holds a fucking position of power.
If you're 75 plus, if you're 70
dude,
plus,
yeah,
and you're in a position of power, it's time.
Go.
I think there needs to be a maximum age that you are allowed to hold any sort of political power in any country ever. Like, if you hit 70 years old, you're retired. Yeah, right? Term limits is a whole nother thing. But if you're 70 and you're still in politics, you should be forced to retire.
Done.
You're done.
If you can
70
think
years old,
you don't even segregation,
know.
You're done. You're done.
You're 70 years old. Your mindset is not in a point of progress. You are in a point of stagnation. And that is that's not just any single, like, generation. That is, if you hit a certain age, you are no longer in a mindset of progression. You are in a mindset of stagnation. Like, there is no progress happening there. So if you hit 70, you got it. You're out. You're out.
Yeah.
Go have a peaceful life on your own. Let the young guys take over.
Yeah.
Because you don't understand the way the world works anymore.
No.
If you don't understand how the internet works, you should not be in a place of power.
No, absolutely.
It's just that simple as that.
No, let alone
you don't know how
a
the
place of
internet works.
interrogation about these fucking.
Yeah, like it's just mind-boggling to me. So before we end the show, because we are at 40 minutes,
Yeah,
we'll do
coming
the
to
shame chair real quick. Neither of us came into the episode with a shame chair.
Yeah.
Shame chair. But I think I have one. Any person in geopolitical power, any person in political power in the world who's over the age of 65, 70, you shame chair this week.
Yeah,
you
shame
are
chair.
shame chaired. You're
Done.
fucking us. You are all fucking us. None of us want what you are doing. Stop it. Stop it. You're acting like children, okay?
Yeah.
We're done with you.
Yeah.
That's my shame chair for the week. They get it. They get all that deservedly.
Solid.
Fuck out
Solid
of here.
decision. Solid decision.
Why my eggs cost so much money? God damn it.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. I miss having consistent omelets in the morning. I miss it.
God, I miss being able to afford to buy a house.
Yeah. God, let's not end the episode.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
anyways, yeah.
This was fun. This is great. We talked about cool shit. I'm gonna go cry. This is fantastic.
Oh yeah, we're gonna end it here. Otherwise, we're gonna go ranting. So thank you
Why
guys
did you
for
do
joining
that, man?
us.
Nothing. Shit.
We wanted to let you all off on a great parting note to
great.
think about. So if you have quarrels with the current climate of today's world, leave a comment, and we'd love to hear them. Thank you for joining us for another episode of What We Learned This Week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit it, don't quit it. Hit it past your friends. Don't hide your kids. Don't hide your wives, because we're out here doing what, Drake?
Making great content.
Yeah, making great content. You're damn straight. If you want to support the show, go to patreon.com/WWLTW podcast. If you're broke, bitch, you can't afford it, that's fine. Just leave a comment, subscribe, do whatever you can. We'll take it all. We're at 186 subscribers now.
I saw the number change, man.
That's our first goal. Yeah, just erased it, checked it real quick.
Hell yeah.
Otherwise, thank you for joining us, and we will see you all next week.
We shall.
Bye-bye.